Hey everybody, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Today I'm going to do a little tune-up on the Jeep. I got some plug wires. I've got some spark plugs. I've got a distributor cap and rotor I want to put on. Give this a little bit of a tune-up. There's a miss, and I want to see if I can fix that now. So I'm going to get my tools out. The cap and rotor is screwed on, so I've got to take care of that and get working on here. Oh, I see a little. It's like coolant leak. It's a plastic nozzle. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Looks like a little bit of green on there. Some distribution block. It's an odd thing. It's a vacuum controlled system. Oh, what's this? Oh, well, that's not in good shape. Looks like critters got the best of that. I hope that wasn't important. It's a problem living in the country. I'm gonna have to check out what that was. There's a line here. Goes to somewhere up inside. Vacuum line. Interesting. Huh. There's a vacuum line. I thought I heard a leak in here. Now I found it. That's good to know. Today's the first warm day we've had in a while, so I'm able to get the hood up and I'm able to get looking around in here and look through, and I see now I've got a vacuum leak. So I'm going to have to get some hoses. I'm going to have to look. I bet that has something to do with the heat control, because there's an actuator, vacuum controlled actuator, and the other one goes up inside. That's odd, because the heat works. I'm going to have to get the bulk. I got the Chilton manual. I'm going to have to get looking and see what that goes to, and it looks like it goes from here inside the car and up to this little nozzle. Looks like a distribution block with some kind of a fitting on it. I'm going to have to see if I can plug that off for now, if that'll stop the hissing. That might increase the gas mileage. I'm only getting 16 miles to the gallon as well. So I figure first we'll do the plugs and wires today, and then from there we'll go ahead and see about getting that fixed now that I see that. Then we'll try to get this thing cleaned up and working right. Well, I just experimentally pulled out one plug to have a look. Get some white background on that. I don't know if you can see that. That's crusted up on the end. I hope that shows up. I don't know if you can get the focus on that. That's crusted up. So I'm happy I got the plugs. And I'm going to compare it and make sure I got the right one with one of the new plugs. I just randomly pulled off a plug that I could reach easily. I also wanted to see how hard they'd be to come out. Oh yeah, that's definitely right. Ooh, the electrodes are shorter too. Yeah, this is going to help a lot. That one's sorted out. There's some junk. Yeah, that's going to make a difference. Wow. What were these? Champion, originally. Well, anyway, here's one. I'm going to go ahead and swap out the plugs first, and I'm going to work from the bottom up. So I'll get those done, and then I can work on getting the wires next. So we'll go plugs and the wires and cap and rotor. Actually, I'll do the wires and cap and rotor at the same time. But at least it wasn't seized in there, which is something I was concerned with an older vehicle. You never know the maintenance level of these things, how they cared for them, if at all. It's a deep recess. It's hard to get in there. Alright, well, I'm going to try to get that plug in there. It's not easy. I'm going to swap out the plugs first. Well, I'll tell you one thing, this is no Chevy V8. It's not the hardest thing I've worked on, but it's certainly not the easiest either. It's really hard to get down in there. Now, I'm not putting those plugs on, those wires on too tight. I'm just getting them in place so I don't have to worry about keeping track of what goes where. But those are recessed big time. I've got 3 done. Oops. They're really coming out easy. I think these were replaced not really that long ago in the past of this vehicle, because they're not terrible. Only the one was corroded and had some junk on it. I don't know what that was. It looked like the metal contact was coming apart, peeling. But the electrodes themselves don't seem all that bad. See, that is not really that bad a plug, I think. I've seen worse. I've seen way worse. Getting them in there, though, and seating in that tiny deep hole is hard. I can't really maneuver my fingers well, and I don't want to strip it, so I'm definitely going to use my fingers to get them started. I hope I don't disturb whatever this is. It looks like maybe the hose. I'll have to have a look at that. But another thing, one of the things you got to do when you get a second-hand vehicle is go through all the hoses, water lines, vacuum lines. I'm wondering if that vacuum line is going to give me trouble, if that's what I'm hearing when I hear a hiss in here. I couldn't find it. Now, I don't torque it down real hard. Let me see. It's down in there. I'm also going to try to run the wires in the same channels, the supports where they're at. I'm going to try to keep them together where they are, and that'll help keep them out of the way when I'm done. Now the back two seem to be getting harder and harder to reach. This one's behind the heater hoses here. Again, not the worst thing I've ever dealt with. I have had worse by far. Definitely had worse. Just a little awkward. That green gunk right there gives me some concern. Oh, it's stiffer. Anyway, those two are hardest and it'll take longer. I'll get them out, swapped out. Well, that's a problem. I don't have a vehicle anymore. That just broke right off in my hand. That's bad. Oh. Huh. Well, better now than on the road somewhere, right? Better now than later. I can't get that plug in. Ah, whoa. Yeah, well, there it is. I have a problem. I discovered a leak. Good to do it now, I guess, at home. I got the other car here, so I can get that going. I hope they have it in stock in town. Oh, that's not good. That one's really awkward to reach in there. That one tried to cross thread. I don't think it quite did. Anyway, I'm going to try to get this in there, and I'm going to have to go get a piece for my cooling system. So, now it's time to change the cap and rotor. Can you even see what I'm doing right in there? It's tight. I'm going to leave the plug wires on it. I'm going to take off the old cap, put on the new, and then swap the plug wires out one at a time from there. Boy, that turns a lot. Oops. It's getting darker. So I ordered this. I went in and cleaned my hands and ordered that part. It's $20. It'll be here tomorrow. But we're going to be back to work in our store, so I won't be around to take care of it for a while, unfortunately. This hose is in my way now. And how does that come off? I believe that just pops on and off. Let me check the new one. Should be just slide on. I just can't get my hands in there is the problem. Come on, right off. There's some corrosion on there. Oh yeah, that one definitely makes a difference. I don't know how well, I can't, my eyes are blurry from the cold. I don't know how well you see it, but that's corroded pretty bad. That wasn't connecting much anymore. Make sure it's the same. It's exactly the same, just different color. Wow. That's got to be the same brand. Wow. There we go. Slide right on. Okay, now I got the wires. I gotta sort these out and figure out what is what and where. Oh, nice, colorful. Okay. So I've got to line these up, so I'll be back in a minute. I've got to figure out what wire goes where. Well, you know what, I guess. Yeah, no, I'm going to line these up on my bench over here, and then I'll know what's what. Now, what I like to do, if I can, I like to get the new rotor on, or the cap on, and swap the plugs from one to the next on the car, if I can. So let me see if I can manage to get that in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to in this case. See, that one runs to the outer. Runs through that long chamber. I'm going to need to loosen these up a bit so I can reach. Well, that one came off. That one goes underneath. onto there. I do not want to accidentally pull the wire out of place until it's time. Let's see if I can get that in there. Yeah. Okay. One. There we go. Alright, now I can start swapping out. I'll screw that on after. One by one. So we'll take the longest outer wire off of here. Okay. Take a long wire and put it in its place. Hope it'll go on. Okay. And anyway, I'm going to run these. I'm not going to bore you with this. It's going to take me some time, and I'm in the way. But I'm going to pull off, starting on the front, one wire at a time, and then run it through onto the new location on the new cap. I'll be back when I'm done. Well, I got new plugs, wires, cap, and rotor, but now I can't fire it up until I get this new piece in. Right here. So I gotta wait for that to come in. So that's it for today, guys. Unfortunately, not able to try it out. There is some serious wear on the rotor, so I'm happy I did replace that. At the very least, I know that the cap and rotor, the cap was bad and the cap and rotor were bad. So at the very least, those had to go. And well, plugs and wires, should be good now. I can't do much more for the ignition, at least. I tried to keep it clean, but everything's dirty. Oh well. So for today, that's it. I don't dare fire it up. So hopefully another job well done here on the Off-Grid Homestead. Gotta have a vehicle, but you can't run it without your coolant. So we'll be back on this another time. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project, working on my Jeep. Please like, subscribe, and share, and follow our videos as we try to become self-sufficient and off the grid on a budget. And doing your own work, definitely part of self-sufficiency. Talk to you later.